So, XAI just dropped a brand new model. And believe me, this isn't just another small update. It's a fundamental shift in how we think about the cost of AI. We are talking about Grok 4 Fast, and it's making a really bold claim, one that totally challenges a core belief in the world of artificial intelligence. So, what was that old belief? And how is Grok 4 Fast trying to shatter it?
You know, for the longest time, when you were building something with a big AI model, you always had to make a choice. It was like, okay, you can have it super powerful, you can have it super fast, or you can have it super cheap. But the one thing you couldn't do was have all three at the same time.
And this became known as the AI trilemma. You always had to pick two. Want a model that's both powerful and fast? Sure, but get your wallet ready, because it was going to be expensive. What about powerful and cheap? You could do that, but it would be painfully slow. And if you wanted fast and cheap, well, you had to settle for a model that was frankly a lot weaker. This trade-off has been a huge roadblock in AI. But what if that wall is finally starting to crumble? And that's where Grok 4 Fast comes in. This is xAI's direct shot at solving that trilemma. It's a model designed from the ground up to break that pick two rule for good. I mean, the promise is right there. They want to deliver cutting-edge, frontier-level intelligence that is somehow fast, affordable, and accessible to every single person. That is a massive claim. So let's pop the hood and take a look at the three key innovations that they say make this all possible. Right, so this isn't just magic. It's the result of three core technological ideas all working together. And the first one is a concept they call intelligence density. Think of it like this. You're designing a race car engine. The goal is to squeeze out the most possible horsepower while using the least amount of fuel. That's intelligence density. It's all about maximizing performance while absolutely minimizing the cost to run it. And this isn't just some abstract idea. The numbers are pretty wild. Grok 4 Fast gets basically the same level of performance as its much bigger, more expensive predecessor Grok 4, but it does it using, on average, 40% fewer thinking tokens. Now, tokens are just the basic building blocks of thought for an AI, so using 40% less of them to get the same answer, that's a massive, massive leap in efficiency. Okay, and that 40% efficiency gain translates into something that is honestly just jaw-dropping when it comes to cost. You combine that efficiency with a lower price for each token, and you get this, a 98% price collapse for the same level of performance. That's not a discount, that's a revolution. So the second big innovation is something called agentic search. What this means is that Grok 4 Fast isn't just a passive chatbot waiting for you to ask it something it already knows. No, it was trained from the very beginning to be an active agent. It knows how to browse the web, how to search X for the latest info, and even how to write and run code to figure things out. It's not a library, it's a research assistant. Let's see it in action. A user asked a really complex, really specific question about a video game, Path of Exile 2. This is not simple trivia, right? This is something the model can't just know off the top of its head. It has to actually go out and do the work to find the answer. And here's a look at its process. It's so methodical. The model doesn't just do one quick search. It starts by investigating the game, then it hits multiple websites and fan wikis. It actually cross-references and verifies the data it finds, and only then does it put all the pieces together into a final answer. And there it is, the payoff. After all that intelligent searching, it comes back with the precise, correct answer, over 4.2 billion experience points. This shows a level of skill that's way beyond just simple Q&A. Okay, the third key innovation is its unified architecture. See, in the past, you often needed different AI models for different jobs. A small, quick one for simple questions, and then a giant, slow one for really complex thinking. Well, Grok 4 Fast rolls both of those capabilities into one single elegant model. For you, the user, the benefit is that it just feels seamless. The AI can give you a quick answer 1 second, and then dive into a really deep analysis the next, all without that weird delay or the sudden spike in costs from switching to a smarter model behind the scenes. All right, so we've got these three really cool innovations, but does the performance in the real world actually hold up? Let's take a look at the benchmarks. And would you look at this? On the AME 2025 benchmark, which is a super tough math and reasoning test, Grok 4 Fast, the fast and cheap one, actually scores a little higher than its much more expensive predecessor, Grok 4. This is proof you are not sacrificing quality for that incredible price. And when we look at how it handles real-world search tasks in the LMA search arena, which is basically a battle royale where AIs compete, Grok 4 Fast is sitting right there at the #1 spot with the commanding lead. It's not just good in theory, it is the best in practice.
And across a whole bunch of other really difficult reasoning tests, it's the same story. Grok 4 Fast is consistently performing at the same level as the absolute top-tier models in the world, like the original Grok 4 and even GPT-5. It's playing in the major leagues, but it's charging a minor league price.
So the tech is impressive, the performance is elite, but honestly, the biggest story here might not even be about the benchmarks. It's about access. What does this actually mean for all of us? And this right here is the crucial point. For the very first time, a company's brand new, state-of-the-art flagship model is available to everyone, right out of the gate, including people who don't pay a dime. This is a massive step toward democratizing access to the most advanced AI we have. So if we put it all together, Grok 4 Fast combines this unified architecture with a huge short-term memory, that's the 2 million token context you see here, all with this extreme efficiency. And it's that efficiency that allows for its crazy pricing and lets it deliver that top-tier agentic performance to literally everyone.
And this brings us right back to where we started. That old choice, powerful, fast, or cheap. It really seems to be dissolving, which leaves us with a much bigger, much more interesting question. What happens to our technology, our research, our creativity, when frontier AI is all three of those things at once, and it's accessible to absolutely everyone?
So the very first thing which I tried out was to create a road rash like game. All code should be in a single HTML file. What happens over here is that it does think or close to planning game development, crash game 3JS with code in one HTML file. It's a motorcycle racing game with combat, so the game writing elements. 3JS will handle 3D graphics, talks about all these things. It says simplify game design, and then it generates this code. Okay, when I run the code over here, there is this uncaught reference. Okay, 3 defined. So I again went and pasted that over here, and I asked it to like, okay, this does not run on Chrome. So it gave me another version of code. Okay, and I try that version, again the same issue, right? So again I say that still does not work, right? So then it gives me this code, again same error, okay, with 3, right? So the fourth attempt when I tried it actually gave me this code, this code basically. Yeah, this code, it gave me some sort of road rash game. Okay, so if you see over here, let's refresh, start it fresh. See, this was the code it was given, right? The road is back, and if I were to collide into another hill, the score will increase. Okay, and somehow it is giving me this view where the road is going backwards. I was expecting the. So it took me nearly 3-4 attempts to get this working, and it was the game which. Then I tried with the same thing. I tried to a solar system, create me a 3JS solar system visualization code. All code should be in a single file and should run on Chrome browser. Thought for 5 seconds. Task is to this. It needs file 3JS. This thing, right? And the very first version of the solar system looked like this. Again, this was the issue. So again, I said like I gave this issue, and then it again gave me this code. See over here, it gave me this code. If you were to look at it, you would see over here is that there are some planets over here, okay, which are not really visible to your eyes. Right? You have this some kind of planets which are revolving around the sun. So what let's do is that say over that let planets are not visible. What code? So this is also the second attempt. It will again give me code. Let me copy paste that code and let me create the new version. Is browsing the web page. other things. While this code is getting generated, let's look at some other examples as well. So I again then asked a question like who won the US Open final? How many Grand Slams will the winner win in the next 5 years? No injury based on current form. So here it says that it thought for this thing, it investigated US Open, so it did search and it got these results. Based on that, it found out that Carlos Alcaraz won the beating Jan winner basically, and Alcaraz has won 6 Grand Slams. So then it is trying to predict the future of Alcaraz. Okay, so here it's done a good job regarding future Grand Slam. It says that Alcaraz enters the next 5 years at age 22 in peak form with versatile skills across surfaces, 12-3 head-to-head lead over Sinner, his main rival, and no major injury history. He's averaged about 1.5 titles per year, so probably he'll win 8 Grand Slams in the next 5 years under ideal conditions. Roughly 1-2 per year, targeting Wimbledon and French Open. So this is kind of a very nice analysis. It's done over. Another use case is this, right? So where I said like explain why Trump's recent H-1B fee is bad for American tech companies and economy. So it says that okay, President Donald Trump signed an executive order imposing $100K annual fee, which are used to hire for H-1B visas, and it says prioritizing American workers. Why is it bad for American tech companies? Because they are the one, for example, in fiscal 2024, Amazon sponsored so many visas, 9,000 H-1B visas, while Google, Meta were accounted for tens of thousands more, right? So the 100K fee per new hire on top of salaries makes sponsorship foreign workers financially prohibitive. Okay, so this could lead to widespread hiring disruptions. Company may delay expansion, cancel projects, or relocate jobs abroad. Okay, so that is what it says over here. Overall, the policy risks exacerbating talent shortages, right? That's what is said over here. Why is it bad for America's economy? Tech sector drives about 10% of US GDP and employs over 12 million people, with H-1B workers contributing disproportionately to high growth areas like semiconductors and cloud computing. So what it says is that America still needs to attract world-class talent, but because of the anti-immigrant flavor of a lot of president policies, we are not getting the same caliber of folks come. That's long-term going to hurt economy. It's given a nice explanation of a recent event here. Okay, so it looks at all the search articles, and then it. One more thing which I wanted to ask was, does the iPhone 17 Pro Max series paint issues, which is Scratchgate? Yes, early user reports review indicate that 17 Pro and Pro Max are paint chipping and scratching issues, right? So it has the sources over here, which are like Reddit, forums, Mac rumors, all those places. And it says that Mac rumors have dubbed it as Scratchgate. So the recent things it's giving out nicely. Coding is a little bit mixed in my opinion because it's tough time. Let's try out this code, copy this code and try it out and see. Now you can see the planets revolving around the sun. Pan in over here, it is good. So this has been my experience with Grok 4 fast. I have to actually, it takes 3 or 4 attempts to get the right code. Very first run, not giving right code, it's giving errors. Okay, so that's about coding. You can also go and check out Grok 4 fast and see good for your task. So there are two fast models, Grok 4 fast reasoning and Grok 4 fast non-reasoning, each with a 2 million token context window, right? And these are the costs of this particular model. So if it is less than 128K tokens, for input it is 20 cents per million, and for output it is 0.5 or 50 cents per million. This is actually a very cheap model. It costs $. So you can also go and try out this particular via the X API or via OpenRouter and Vessel AI Gateway, where it is available currently for free, and on X or grok.com apps on iOS, Android. These are the places where you can try out. So this is definitely an interesting model. You can go and try out and see if it suits your use cases. Hope you like this video. Find this video useful. Please like, subscribe to the channel. See you in another video.